Hi guys, my name's Khadroth, and today I want to talk to you about everything to do with foe. That is faux paws, as well as the status up foes that you guys will constantly encounter as you play the game. Now for new players, you're often going to encounter these and wonder what the heck to do with them. They're basically going to be, again, enhancement cards that you're going to use to increase your servant stats. So for instance, the normal foes that we get as we roll out the gotchas, as we participate in campaigns, you guys can use to enhance your servant's attack or HP value. So that means there's two different sets of them. There's some that are specific to HP and some that are specific to attack. Now, these come in different varieties, from not only bronze foes of two different varieties to also silver foes, the most common variety, to gold foes, the rarer, more hard to get variety. And how they typically work is you guys can go up to 1,000 stats of each of the foe. So again, 1,000 extra attack for your unit or 1,000 extra HP for your unit. From there, the only thing that can go past 1,000 are going to be your actual gold foes, your 4-star foes, if you want to look at them as that. That will allow you to go all the way up to 2,000, but they can only be used after you've hit 1,000 enhancement of the stat. So again, everything 0 to 1,000 is your 3-star and lower foes here, and then everything 1,000 and up is only your 4-star foes, and that's how that typically works. Now again, like I said, the 4-star foes are a lot rare. You're not going to necessarily get them in spades, so I recommend only using them on one specific unit of your choice. Again, eventually you'll finish that unit and you'll be able to select another one to start working on, but try to work on one at a time. That way you don't spread them all around. Now, with regards to the lower star foes, often, so and then again, these are going to be the bronze ones. I often see people burning these. They actually get a lot of them from rolling out their FP, and some people think that, kind of like with some of the lower off experience cards, that they're just kind of trash and they can burn them. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Let me explain to you why. You cannot farm foes. The only way to get them is either from campaigns and events, or again, by virtue of doing your rolls in the FP gotcha. So we highly recommend keeping every single foe that you get throughout the game until you've enhanced all of the servants in your Chaldea. So once you've done that, then you can consider burning the lower rarity foes, but only once you've done and completed every unit to 1,000 of both stats. Again, you may be able to burn them faster than that because there are specific class varieties. So again, like say rider specific foes. If you have all of your riders done, then sure, you're okay to burn some of those. But definitely you want to save and use your foes because you have no other way of getting more of them. So any that you burn end up just costing you on the back end and making it take longer. So I highly recommend instead just actually using them. Again, your silver foes are going to be the most common variety, like I talked about. You should get plenty of them, especially from event shops. That's where you'll get a ton, as well as the monthly reset shop for the Mana Prism shop in the Da Vinci Workshop. That will be the other place in which you can get silver foes. Gold foes you'll be able to purchase from the Rare Prism shop. I don't typically recommend it. You have better uses for your Rare Prisms, especially for you newer players. You guys are going to be able to get them again from various means throughout time here. You get rare prisms sometimes through campaigns, sometimes through burning extra copies of a 4-star unit or higher. Again, I do not recommend burning a 4-star unit or higher unless you already have 5 copies of them. But from there, that's where I'm going to say, yeah, you can get some rare prisms, but you should probably be working on sort of the key items out of the Rare Prism shop first. And that's going to be things like, again, your mystic codes, as well as some of those rarer craft essences that are really good as a like meta craft essence for your account. So again, like the Da Vinci craft essence that gives additional QP for your account. That's really good to get with your rare prisms, as opposed to spending it on something that is on a monthly basis refreshed and used just for unit enhancement. So that's just because, again, it's going to help your account a lot more over time. Now, that's faux paws in a nutshell. That's how you get them, and sorry, not faux paws, that's just normal foes and how you get them. There is another thing that can be confusing for you, and it's called faux paws. It looks a little bit similar, but it's just the faux paw print. They're actually called, I think, beast footprints or something like that, or beast paw prints, whatever you want to call them. But you will get these once a week from your login bonus. You will occasionally get them from other places, other types of campaigns and such. Again, there is even the Trom pre-release campaign that happens later on. This should happen in 2024 on NA, but basically they had a bunch of special quests that actually gave 2 of these beast paw prints each, and that actually helps speed them up, because right now, like I said, you only pretty much get them once a week, and the way they work is they allow you to enhance the actual card of each servant. So not the servant's overall stats, but instead the specific cards in their deck. You should know your servant has 5 different cards. Each one of them can be enhanced with up to 500 extra attack with these faux paw prints. The problem with that is you only get 20 per, and so that takes a long time. As a result of that, that basically means you need 25 of these for each card, and thus 125 to finish all the cards on one servant. Doing some simple math there, if you only get 1 a week and there's 52 weeks in a year, that's pretty much going to take you 2.5 years to actually complete a unit. This has actually been one of my complaints in the game. They really need to speed these up. Hopefully, if you're watching this video in the future, they've done that. That's one of my requests for the devs to actually get the job done on. But again, this can be a decent addition to making your unit stronger. Do understand this will not impact their noble phantasm like the other foes will. The paw prints instead will only work on cards, so therefore carding. Any sort of normal card attacks that you do will be enhanced if you have these on the card, and all it does is simply add to the attack power of the card, which can be multiplied by other status enhancements and stuff like that. So it can be nice, but at the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of an upgrade. The primary purpose of these is actually to be a QP sync as well, so that's kind of why the devs put it in the game. It's another fun way to enhance your unit and make it stronger, especially if it's your favorite, but it definitely is meant to kind of drag resources back out of the game for the devs so that you don't have too much lying around. Now, again, that actually reminds me that I didn't necessarily talk about the stat up amount on each of the foes. So we're back again on the foes that actually are the enhancement of your servant stats. The bronze ones, again, like I said, come in 2 varieties, the 1 and 2 star variety. They're 10 and 20 each of a stat respectively. The 3-star variety is 50. And this is why, again, you see some people kind of were looking at the bronze foes and being like, eh, they're not that good. Why don't I just burn them? Remember, you don't have any other means by which you can farm these, so I don't recommend it. But again, that's going to get you up to 50, and these are going to be sort of your bread and butter. You're going to need 20 of each of these in order to make a unit go from 0 to 1,000 in terms of their foes. And then similarly here, you've also got your gold foes, and they are worth 20 each. So now it's the inverse, where you needed 20 of the silver foes that give 50 each to hit 1,000. From 1,000 to 2,000, you now need 50 of each of the gold foes in order to reach 1,000 for that stat. So that is why they take a lot longer, especially since they're not given out nearly as much. Now, the next and last question you're probably going to have for me is, when should I foe? When's the best time? Well, there is no real actual benefit to waiting for any sort of campaign to do this during. Instead, what I'm going to tell you is the best time to foe your unit is before you level your unit. Now, that seems weird. It's not the end of the world if you foe a unit after they've already been fully leveled. In fact, that's still preferable to not foeing them at all. But the best time to technically foe your unit is before you've leveled them at all, because if you wait until they're fully leveled to throw it on, that means the QP cost of foeing that unit is the maximum it possibly can be. If you do it at the beginning, not only does it give you a small little increment of experience for doing it, but it also will cost you by far the least QP total that it should. So again, it's better to foe early in a unit's level rather than later, but just understand foeing in general is always preferable to not foeing. So keep that in mind. But yeah, as long as you foe at a low level, you will not regret it. So again, I hope this answered a lot of the questions for you guys on the enhancements that you can put on your various servants. Again, there's other things like grailing that you guys can do, as well as command codes, but those will be covered either in other videos or other guides. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video.